All right. Okay, welcome everybody to our training call tonight. Tonight we do have our sign up call 1 training that we are going to be going over. I have my lovely folks here that are going to be working with me tonight on the broadcast. And make sure you have pen and paper to take notes. Also make sure you let your mentor know you are on the call, and if somebody on my team can let me know that they can hear me okay, then we'll go ahead and get started with some housekeeping. Then I do want to introduce to you guys my 2 guests, and then we'll just dive right into the material. So once again, welcome everybody to our live training. We're going to get started here in just a moment, so please make sure you have pen and paper. Let me just find out if people can hear us. It's always a plus. Please make sure you have pen and paper to take notes. Also make sure that you do let your mentor know you are on the call. We're going to get started here in just a moment. And guys, you also want to make sure you have your, no, you don't see me yet. Okay, no problem. Refresh. Let's just make sure everybody can see us first before we continue on, because that's obviously important.
I got a really good Vima fortune in my cookie tonight. It says, if we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. You tell us that all the time.
I do like that one for sure.
You don't quit.
Nope. 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 Okay, I logged in on my phone and I saw it's just fine, so no problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and get started with a couple quick housekeeping things. So, number 1, guys, if you're already reading your story, that's awesome. If you need your story, get with your coach so they can get it there for you. And, one second. No problem. So a couple things. If you need your story, you want to get with your coach, so then this way you can get your story put together, have them help you put it together. And then also, the number 1 thing whenever reading a script or your story or anything in general, you don't want to be practicing prospects. You want to make sure that you've gone through the script over and over and over again and gone through your story over and over and over again to make sure that you are ready to rock and roll when it's your turn to do that part of the script to your prospects. For example, I know I showed you guys last night, but I'll show you again because it's funny. My mirror. It's huge. It's like an 8 by 11. But I have my ginormo mirror that I always have in front of me. And hang on one second, let me just tell somebody that others are seeing us. And what I do is I always keep that mirror. I know it's not in front of me right now, but that's because I'm like using my mirror holder. But I always have my mirror in front of me, so then this way when I'm speaking to somebody, I can see how my face is, because obviously if we smile, if we don't smile, whatever, nice Rhonda, whatever it is that we have in front of us, you know, being able to see how you look can definitely change how the prospect is feeling when you're talking to them. And the number 1 thing you want to make sure you're doing is practicing, like I said. Then also you want to speak slowly. You want to enunciate. And you want to also listen. Listen to what your prospect has to say, especially when it comes to telling your story, overcoming any objections, and really relating to that person so you can help them. They came here for us to help them change their financial future. So we want to make sure that when they're going through their goals, when they're going through, how much they want to make, that it's not just writing it down and brushing it off, but really pay attention. So then this way, obviously, if you need to use them, you have them ready to rock and roll. But more importantly, that you're taking time with that person, making them feel special and making them feel like what they want and what they came here for are important, just like our goals, our dreams are important to us, as well as I know when I had my first call ever with Heidi, she knew exactly what our goals were, and to this day she probably could tell you what our goals were. And that's been 2 years now. So you want to make sure that you're nice and clear and concise. And the other tip I do have to say too, when you're not to the point of doing your own calls yet or doing your story, you want to make sure that when you're on these on the calls with your mentor, that you're taking really good notes, especially when it comes to overcoming objections. There's really only 3 objections, guys. 1, time. 2, money. 3, they're skeptical. No problem. So you want to make sure that when you're listening to your coach or your mentor overcome any objections, that you're taking really good notes. I have an overcoming objection sheet. I can show it to you because I always have it readily handy. But I have an actual overcoming objection sheet that I started 2 years ago when I got started. And I have used for the past 2 years, and I add on to it every time I'm on one of Heidi's calls or anytime I'm on anybody's calls. You can see it's not like super clean, but I have different objections, and then what I have next to that is different things I've heard, different stories of people. You've heard awesome stories tonight on the broadcast on people's income, on people's results with the products. You want to make sure you have those written down, because at any given moment you can pull them out and use them to your advantage, especially if somebody has a bunch of questions when you're coming off the audio and telling your story. So that's the number one thing. If you guys don't have an overcoming objections handler, you want to make sure that you are, when you're on these calls with your coach and with your mentor, so then this way when it's your turn to do that part, then you're all ready to rock and roll, and you'll have your script there ready, your story ready, and any objection handlers ready as well. So with that being said, with tonight, so I do want to introduce them. So guys, if you can tell us where you're from, why you started your business, and then we'll dive into the meat. So I'll take ladies first.
Hi everybody.
Ms. Rhonda.
Hi. I'm Rhonda, and I'm from California, San Jose area, and I started it's probably 2.5 months now, going on 2.5 months, I suppose, and I started the business because my whole life is kind of turned upside down, and husband's moved on, kids are out of the house, whole new start for me, and I have to be responsible for my own financial future, and I wanted to secure that. I have a great job as a recruiter, well paid, but always that fear of, not having enough and someday. So yeah. This is my way.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. And then our gentleman.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrew. I live down here outside of New Orleans in Louisiana. And I got started in this business because I work offshore and it's fairly strenuous. Mm-hmm. And I just recently had to have vertebrae surgery. And so I'm gearing up to head back, but it's a tough life and it just wears you down. And so I need some place that I can fall back on, and that's why I chose Vima products. Not only that, but they're great. They work.
Awesome. Yeah, that's for sure. I hear you on that one. Awesome. All right. So, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to have Rhonda start, because we always do ladies first. So I'm going to have Rhonda start. And what she's going to do is start with her story. And she's going to be talking to Andrew as the her prospect, and then Andrew will decide what he wants to say when she's done with her story, and then we'll just go from there for Rhonda's turn first, and then we'll do Andrew's turn second. So, Rhonda, if you just want to pick up right where you do your story and then roll from there.
Right. So, Andrew, now that you've learned more about the business, I want to share with you what's happened for me. I got started about a month and a half ago and went through the same screening process that you're going through right now. I plugged into the incredible internet system, worked closely with my mentors, and made over $300 in just 1 week. So the business absolutely works. So Andrew, let's get your business started. Did you want to use the same card or a different one today?
Well, Rhonda, I'm a little bit nervous here. I'm not exactly clear how this works.
No problem. I can understand that. Go ahead and write this down.
Okay.
Over the next 5 days, the training will walk you through how we get paid, how the products work, how to get customers, and even how to advertise. So you can plug into our advertising co-ops to let us drive traffic to you, to your site, or you can advertise yourself. We'll be with you every step of the way. So let's get you into your training, okay?
Okay, but I have one more question. Is that a flat $2.99 or is there other charges involved?
That's a great question. This is for the Success Pack, which gets you introduced to the business, and the $2.99 is going to provide you with enough product and the 5 different items that Anthony mentioned in the video. Takes you through the entire training. Is there a concern about the cost?
No, I'm not concerned about the price. I'm just wondering, usually there is shipping, handling, and all that, and taxes and that kind of thing. I'm just
you're
looking to
absolutely right.
keep my numbers in order, if you will, here.
Yeah, no problem. And I understand better the question you're asking. And yes, there is shipping, handling, and tax for this Success Pack to be shipped to you. And there will be other costs associated with getting your business started, but they're nominal and they're voluntary and they're not mandatory, not required. And you'll learn about all of those in your training.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, great. Let's get you started. Did you want to use the same credit card or a different one today?
We'll use the same card today.
Great. I like that card.
All right. Good job, guys. So, Rhonda, you did really good. Your story is really good. You stayed nice and slow, which is awesome. Your ums have decreased by leaps and bounds, which is, I know, great. I know you must feel really good about that because we liked the game for a while there. But you did really, really, really good with that. Let's see. I did take down a couple notes. You did a really good job when he would ask a question, or the very first one where he said, I was nervous. And you said, I can understand how you feel. Very, very good with helping him feel like his concern is not out of the ordinary. Like, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way. And then you went right into, and everybody wants to have this written or circled or highlighted or however it works for you. But right underneath number 9, there's a letter A that says nervous or questions. That should answer anybody's question, nervousness, whatever the case may be. It covers all the above. So you always want to go right to that one first. So good job, Rhonda, with doing that. You did awesome. And the only thing, if I had to comment on anything, was at the end of the objection handlers, and you did well with them, the only thing you want to make sure you do is always ask for the money. So, like the very last question where you said there may be other costs as well, which, by the way, if anybody wants to know where that is, it's at the end of sign up called 2 script, where it says common questions if there's any more costs that are incurred, if you need something that's written out, then that's where that would be. So you guys can always copy and paste that into your overcoming objections as well, in case somebody asks you that question, you can't pull your script out fast enough. But what you want to do is at the end of that paragraph, you did good on saying there are other costs, however they're fairly inexpensive and optional, or however the wording you said, it was really good. Then at the end you want to ask again, do you want to use the same card or a different one to get you going today? You kind of like left it open. So Andrew came in and said, yeah, I'll use the same card, but that also left an open air to say, okay, I have another question, or okay, I have another question, but if you come in with the close every time, then it will possibly eliminate any further questions or concerns that they would have, and just feel confident with closing the deal and saying, yes, let's rock and roll. Make sense?
It does.
Cool. Good job. I'm really excited about your lesser
Thanks.
And I just pulled out like 4 in that sentence, by the way, but no problem. All right. Good job, Rhonda. Thanks so much. All right. Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
So you're going to do the same thing Rhonda did, just do your story, and then Rhonda will be kind, I'm sure, with any objections that she decides to throw your way.
Okay.
She's a nice lady, so I don't know where she went, though.
Right to my questions.
Oh. Oh, Lord. All right, so Andrew, whenever you're set, or rock and roll.
Rhonda, now that you've learned more about the business, I want to share with you what's happened for me. I got started a little over a month ago and went through the same screening process that you're going through right now. I plugged into this incredible system, worked closely with my mentor, and made over $250 in just 1 week part-time. So the business absolutely works. Rhonda, let's get your business started. Did you want to use the same card or a different card today?
Well, I'm having a really hard time. I think I might need some time just to think about it.
What's to think about? Is there a money problem or what?
No, I just want to make sure that this is something I can do, and I can't really decide. I don't feel like I have enough information.
Okay. Rhonda, that's a great worry. That's a great concern. Please go ahead and write this down. Over the next 5 days, the training will walk you through how we get paid, how the products work, how to get customers, and even how to advertise. You can plug into our advertising co-ops to let us drive traffic to your site, or you can advertise yourself. We'll be with you every step of the way. So let's get you into your training, okay? Do you want to use the same card?
Yeah, the $299, is there, I mean, what does that cover? And that seems like a lot of money.
It covers all the 5 items that Anthony went over in the audio you just listened to. It gets you started in your training. It gets you enough product so that you can sample and possibly share a little, and gets you your own website and everything. It's a complete starter package. Okay, if $299 is a problem, Rhonda, if you are serious and it's just a money issue for you, there is an option that we can help you with by simply adjusting the amount of products in your starter package, okay?
Oh, that sounds interesting. How much is that one?
Okay, that one is $141. Now, Rhonda, you'll still have access to all the training and have products to personally sample and share to get customers immediately. It's only $141 plus shipping and tax. So can you stretch and start there today?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Great. Now, will you use the same card or a different card today?
I'm going to use the same card.
Great. Welcome to the team, Rhonda.
Thank you.
All right, good job. So, really, really good job. And I know this was one of like Andrew's first times reading his story, so he really bucked up to help out tonight on the call since he's just starting with his story, and you did really, really good reading it. I did write down a couple of notes.
Okay.
So, with when the $2.99 covers, I will typically ask the prospect, what did you write down?
Okay. Good point.
Because you want to make sure that they were like paying attention to the audio. So I always ask them to repeat back to me, what is it that you wrote down that Anthony covered that you get for the $2.99? You did a really good job with making Rhonda feel good about her concern when you came off your story, that, you know, she has some concerns and you didn't make her feel like her concerns were unwarranted. So you did really good with that.
Okay.
And then typically what I would do is when you went through the overcoming objection part, which you did really good reading that, I would have, again, like you did, asked for the money, but I would have then asked if the $2.99 is outside of her budget. Instead of just assuming that the $2.99 is outside of her budget, because it may not be, she might just be skeptical or scared. I would ask if the $2.99 is in or out of her budget before dropping her down. Because if it's in her budget,
of course,
then obviously you want to get her started with the $2.99. But you did have an sparked her interest when you said, well, I can help you out, and drop 41 or 149, and you got her signed up. So good job. The only thing is, too, is when she said same card and you said great, you were a little Mickey Mouse with that one.
Yeah, a little too enthusiastic.
Yeah, exactly. And that's no problem. But yeah, you definitely want to be, you don't want to be like, okay, great, so excited to have you on the team, but not like super Mickey Mouse. Just meet it in the middle. So, but you did really, really good, Andrew. I'm really excited, really proud. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, well, with that, guys, I want to again thank my volunteers that hopped on with me tonight and were so good with telling their stories and helping others with overcoming objections. So I thank you both again very much for being part of it with me. And you thanks. And don't forget, guys, we have our next training broadcast is tomorrow night on the email success line, so make sure you're ready to rock and roll for that. And with that, everybody have a great night. Make sure your schedule is packed solid, 12 presentations a week, guys, no matter how you get it. So make sure that you have your 12 presentations a week. If you need any help or have any questions, absolutely get with your mentor, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. So have a great night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.